Good morning, good night. Today, I'm showing you how to strip the interior on your Lotus Evora, get out the center console, get out the seats. We're gonna get access to the shifter mechanisms because we're gonna replace it in the future. But this video is all about getting it gutted. Get the car off the ground. I've got a whole video on that, you can check it out. We're trying to access the shifter area. So the center console is obviously gonna have to get out, but before I can access that, I have to take out the seats. So for the seats, we have these Allen screws up here. So there's two there, and we'll start in the back. And these are hidden by the chair when it's all the way slid back. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, as you might expect, 2 on each slider, and it's a 6mm. Other side. And this is what they look like. They're fairly long. Okay, now we're going to do the front 2 bolts. There we go. Got it out. Easy enough. There's no sensors here. There's no nothing. There's no, airbag sensor. Is just 4 bolts and you can pull it out. I had to adjust the seat backwards a little bit, the rear of the seat backwards a little bit to get it out. Now obviously we'll clean this up a little bit in here, hit it with a vacuum. Worth noting, there are some washers, I would call these fender washers, and these washers are not captive, so they can go, although most of them have been pressed in here, so they require a little bit of a unsticking, so to speak, to get them out. And the driver's seat is the same. Middle of the car slider is about 2 inches longer than the outboard sliders. And really important, under the driver's side is a cable which we have to disconnect. There it is. Squeeze on it, compress the tab, and pull it out. You may want to use like a towel to protect your door sills. Mine are leather covered. Yours might be. Try not to do what I did. Don't lift by the seat slider adjuster, because then you're going to move your sliders all around and be ideal. Just leave them in the right spot. Now I've already messed it up, so I'll have to figure that out later. And I think what I can do here is kind of twist it, like just finagle the seat out. Driver's seat. By the way, these are the Recaros, which everybody loves. And I will say one thing, they're pretty good, they're pretty comfortable, but on the driver's side, mine is starting to come off here, so I might try to adjust this a little bit and get some of the upholstery back on. Here's something you might not know. On the Evora, underneath the passenger seat in the US or the driver's seat in the UK, there's a little lift up for the carpet, and it shows the VIN number. Pretty cool. And if you want to see the prettiest part of a Lotus Evora that no one ever knows about, it's right here under the armrest. Look at this beautiful extruded aluminum piece here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's this hinge, and it's so pretty. It's got these see-through elements. It's polished, and most of the time, it's totally hidden.
Before starting the center console, you can reference Lotus Service Notes VE6 and check out these steps that they have listed in there. Pause if you want to see it.
There's 1, 2, 3 Phillips head bolts. And they're pretty long, and they have a washer on them. Okay, so what we have to do is just get underneath here. So you got to pull off this little Lotus badge. Underneath there, you just pry it up with a small flathead screwdriver. So just take this off. That's easy enough. There is some version of this that has a grub screw, but I've been in here before on mine. I know mine does not. And this just comes off. Oh, sorry, that doesn't even twist. That just comes straight up. You have to pull up on the center console. Just be super gentle with it, because it's got 5 clips back here. Gently pry up. Okay, there's one. There's one at the bottom. This one's fairly easy to get started. Get your confidence on it. Then work your way up. This is aluminum, so don't pull too hard. You can bend it. What you doing? Okay. I mean, I got it. I heard the clips go flying, so. Still one more up here. Trying to get one more on this side that's... Ah, that one flew too. Well, good luck. Maybe you'll do better than me. Now, underneath here, we got different clips that all need to be unplugged. Let me start with this big one first. Got a couple of small ones. Before I bump it, I'm gonna get these clips out of here. That's 2 right there. So I was successful in keeping one of the clips out of 5 on here. Oh well. So I'm just coming in here and snipping this right here. There we go. Okay, that will come straight off. And that means there's only one clip I'm waiting for. I do see it. It's way down in there. There's the 5 clips. Probably worth taking the time to press them on so that you don't lose them. It's the easiest way to keep track of them. So in here, if you look under here, there's actually 2 screws there, 2 grub screws on the handle. One here, one there. You don't even have to take those grub screws all the way out. Okay, so next thing, we've got a couple of Phillips head screws there, which are very small. Then we also have a couple of larger Phillips head screws there. And then way up here, we've got some sort of Allen head. Okay, there's one. Now, this is nice and loose. This is connected to the gator here. I've got that disconnected, by the way, just so it's loose, so I'm not messing with anything. Boom, that slides right off. Lovely. One right under the handbrake, which I will attack first. So this one up here is a 3mm, so a little hard to reach. So in the interest of buying myself just a little bit more room, I am pulling up the seats, and I strongly recommend that you actually get under here and actually separate with your fingers the adhesive Velcro from the back of the seats carefully, because mine is kind of pulling up a little bit, pulling off, which is kind of a pain in the butt, because that's all that really holds these seats in, is a bit of Velcro. So there we go. So that comes out easy peasy. What I found is this Velcro here, especially in the front, for whatever reason the rears are not as bad, but the front seems to actually peel up here, and it kind of all stretched out and messed up. So it's just adhesive. It's just sort of placed down with adhesive. So same thing on the other side. You can see it's kind of coming off. Again, it's not really a big deal, but it is a little annoying. Now we're taking off. This is an M4 on the armrest, so that just comes off. There should just be some pull tabs down in here, so I'm just going to pull this up. I'm trying to get the top portion off. Yep, and that just pulls right up. Okay, that popped up here. Okay, we got this up. Got to disconnect here. 12 volt. So that's an easy little, just press on this little tab, and the whole thing should slide out. Go, and that just comes out. Cool, very nice. So just to be clear, there's 2 clips on the back. There's one, and there's another. Only 2, not too bad. Once you pull that off, the rest of the bolts will be pretty easy to find. There's one, there's another one, and there's a third one. Looks like there's some upholstery adhesive that sort of went everywhere, so maybe that's what's holding it together. Yep, there's one up there. Now, if you'll notice, it's kind of binding down here. Let's pull up the floor mat so I don't have to deal with that problem. There's a clip up there. On this side, start pulling gently, and then it'll just pop out. That one actually came out without the aid of the floor mat. A little easier on this one. For this wire, I'm just gonna clip it off here in the two zip ties. There, we get that trim piece out. There we go. So this is what it looks like in here, all exposed. Got all the clothes off. It's pretty basic in here, but my real problem with this is it's got this blue ball down there, and that blue ball right here in the middle is pretty loosey-goosey, and then secondarily this crossgate mechanism right here is really loose. Like, there's a whole lot of play. You can see it from the side. There's so much play as it goes up and down. So this is about, you know, more than 1/4 of an inch, almost 1/2 inch of left to right play before it actually engages. And down here, it's just flopping around. Forward and back is fairly good, engaging, but to the left, look how much it stays. It just slowly brings itself back. What's gonna happen is it gives you more of a chance to go 1, 2, 1 as you're shifting through gears, right? So first gear, second gear, and then as you go over to third, you're gonna hit either the gate or you could possibly go back into first. Chance to actually really blow the engine or the tranny. So that's how you gut your interior on your Lotus Evora. So for me, going really slow, it took me about 2 hours. Please like and subscribe to see what I'm doing next. Check you later.